On his very first day at work, the new black caregiver poured boiling water onto his boss's leg just to see if he really couldn't feel anything. Later, just to get a better look at a pretty woman, he fed food straight into his boss's eyes. He even complained about how bad the man's beard looked and trimmed it into a mess. And yet, instead of firing him, the boss gave him a raise. A huge raise. The boss's name was Philippe, a billionaire who had become paralyzed from the neck down after a skydiving accident. He could only move his head and was in need of a full-time caregiver. Many highly qualified candidates applied for the job. Some were Ivy League graduates, others had years of experience. But none of them impressed Philippe. The one person who did? Jack, an ex-con with no experience at all. Jack had just gotten out of prison after a fight and only showed up for the interview because he needed a rejection letter to apply for government benefits. But Philippe saw something in him and offered him a 1-month trial. The next day, Jack came back, just planning to grab his rejection letter and go. Instead, the housekeeper gave him a tour of the mansion and showed him his own private room. At first, Jack wasn't interested in the job, but once he saw the luxurious bathroom, he realized how lavish life with a billionaire could be, and he accepted the position. The problem was, Jack was completely unreliable. He nearly killed Philippe once by mixing up his care routine. He washed his hair with foot water and his feet with shampoo. While feeding him, he got distracted by a female assistant and jabbed food right into Philippe's eye. He made fun of Philippe's beige leg braces, calling them girly, and he even refused to help him go to the bathroom. Philippe's friends were baffled. Why hire a guy like Jack, someone who clearly had no compassion? But that's exactly why Philippe chose him. Because Jack didn't treat him like a helpless patient. Jack never pitied him. He didn't drive the usual caregiver van. Instead, he uncovered Philippe's sports car, tossed him into the passenger seat, and took him out for a spin so they could feel the engine roar together. When someone parked badly and blocked them in, Jack cheerfully walked over to say hello, which usually meant trouble. As chaotic as Jack was, one night, he saved Philippe's life. Philippe suddenly had trouble breathing. Without hesitation, Jack rushed over, laid a warm towel on his forehead, and gently calmed him down. He wheeled Philippe out into the quiet 4 a.m. Paris streets, where the cool air helped him breathe easier. Later, they stopped at a cafe. Their bond started to deepen. Philippe finally opened up. He told Jack how much he missed his late wife. He confessed that the skydiving accident still haunted him in nightmares. Jack listened, genuinely and patiently. That's when Philippe told him he had passed the trial. He got the job. Jack was overjoyed. No one had ever believed in him like that before. He started getting better and better at the job. The former thug was turning into a real caregiver. One day, Jack discovered that Philippe had a pen pal. They had been exchanging letters for 6 months, but had never met in person. Jack realized Philippe had feelings for her and, without asking, called her on the phone. Philippe protested, but as soon as she picked up, he started chatting away. When the call ended, Philippe got anxious again. She had asked to see a photo of him. Jack excitedly helped him pick one out. They chose a handsome shot of Philippe in his wheelchair, but Philippe secretly swapped it with an old picture, one from before the accident. Even billionaires can feel insecure when it comes to love. While waiting for her reply, Jack made it his mission to keep Philippe happy. They had snowball fights, though Philippe was usually on the losing side. He couldn't stop laughing. Jack thought the wheelchair was too slow, so he installed an electric motor to speed things up. He even took Philippe to get an ear massage. In return, Philippe took Jack to buy a suit, attend a symphony,